Have you stopped to wonder what it would feel like to watch Golden State send one of its brightest young wings packing, all to chase a veteran ball handler who could rewrite the playbook overnight? Could the very move designed to fast-track a title run end up unraveling the culture that's defined Dub Nation for a decade? What if the front office is about to make a decision so bold it forces us to question everything we thought we knew about loyalty, youth development, and the true cost of chasing championships? Welcome back to Warriors News Fan Report. Smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and ring the bell so you never miss a moment of the action. The whispers began quietly in the early morning chatter. An anonymous source dropped the bomb that Golden State is on the verge of a three-player blockbuster, a deal so seismic it could shift the balance of power in the Western Conference. In this audacious swap, the Warriors would bring in former Chicago floor general Coby White, shipping out the promising Moses Moody and untested Gui Santos in return. But what really happened behind the scenes to ignite this rumor mill, and why? Now, just as the Warriors were gearing up for another season built on continuity and championship DNA, according to the Insider Scoop, the idea gained traction shortly after Golden State's front office surveyed Chicago's backcourt needs. White, a dynamic combo guard who averaged 16.6 points and 5.2 assists per game last season, is said to have impressed scouts with his improvement as a playmaker and his lethal pull-up jumper, 38.1% from three. Meanwhile, Moses Moody fresh off a 9.8-point rookie campaign where he struggled to find consistent rhythm. Gui Santos, the Brazilian wingsmith still raw in his game, had been pegged as the pieces Sacramento's rival could covet to restock its young core. Could this be the moment when the Warriors sacrifice potential for proven scoring punch? Imagine Draymond Green's voice echoing through the locker room, reminding everyone that this franchise was built on trust, draft picks turned stars, and an unwavering commitment to continuity. Yet here we are, on the brink of sending away two valuable young wings, one a 6'6" defender with flashes of two-way brilliance, the other a 6'8" sharpshooter whose upside still has scouts salivating to acquire a guard whose career has been defined by streaky scoring and near trades that never materialized. Some insiders believe that ownership's hunger for guarantees has eclipsed the franchise's historic patience in developing talent. Is it possible that Golden State is trading identity for insurance? Historically, the Warriors have thrived by betting on youth. Draymond 35th overall, Steph 7th overall, Klay drafted as a shooter and transformed into a two-way legend. But turning Moody and Gui into future rotation staples feels like betting against the very blueprint that brought 5 banners to the Bay. Moses flashed a 45% true shooting mark in spot minutes, showing glimpses of a lockdown wing when his confidence clicked. Gui Santos, a second-round pick from Brazil, dazzled in Summer League with a 43% clip from deep and the kind of length that once had teams dreaming of a modern KD clone. Could sending both away now rob the Dubs of the next evolution in their roaming defense and perimeter punch? Then there's Coby White, a player who torched Golden State twice last season, dropping 24 points with a 40% three-point stroke in one of those matchups. Fans are wondering if that performance was a fluke or a preview of what could happen when White suits up in royal blue and gold. Some believe his ability to break down defenses and generate his own shot could alleviate pressure on Steph and Klay, creating a backcourt trifecta few defenses could contain. Could adding White's explosion and pick-and-roll mastery push the Warriors back into the realm of unstoppable offenses? Rival locker rooms are already buzzing. Nuggets coaches reportedly respect White's craftiness, but wonder if pairing him with Curry, two ball-dominant guards who both need the rock in their hands, could lead to spacing conflicts. Thunder insiders chuckle at the thought of Gui Santos thriving alongside Josh Giddey, lamenting that they almost landed him for draft capital. Clippers chatter suggests they'd happily send a veteran wing back to the Bay to sweeten a bigger deal, hinting that the Lakers are watching every twist with hungry eyes. Could this rumor spark a domino effect, dragging multiple franchises into a frenzy of roster tinkering before the trade deadline even arrives? Back on social media, the debate is fierce. One viral tweet reads, "Trading Moody for White, that's selling the future for a short-term fix," while another counters, "White plus Curry pick and roll, instant ship or bust combo." Die-hard season ticket holders on Reddit are torn between nostalgia for the draft dynasty era and the unquenchable thirst for another banner now. Some fans argue that boldness is the franchise's lifeblood, That without risk, there's no reward, and that acquiring White could be the calculated gamble. That elevates an aging core back to the mountaintop dot, but trade rumors alone don't paint the full picture. Under the surface lies the strategic chess match for cap space, draft assets, and future flexibility. Moses Moody still has 2 years left on his rookie deal, offering cap relief and growth potential. Guisanos enters restricted free agency soon, meaning the Warriors could lose him for nothing if they don't tender a qualifying offer. Meanwhile, White carries the seasons left on his deal with a manageable cap hit and a team option for 2026 to 27 assets that could determine not just this trade, but the franchise's ability to pivot at the next deadline. Is it possible that Golden State's front office views White as both an upgrade now and a placeholder contract to avoid cap hell later, as journalists and insiders feed the rumor mill? One name keeps cropping up: Joe Dumars, the hypothetical architect of the deal whose knack for sneaky swaps in Detroit once reshaped a roster overnight. Could a Warriors front office channeling that audacious spirit finally be ready to reset its identity, embracing short-term firepower over long-term promise? Some insiders believe that this willingness to swing big signals a new chapter one, where Dub Nation demands nothing less than a title every time the playoffs roll around. All of this leads us to a burning question. In a franchise built on patient development, is it time to tear up the playbook and roll the dice on veteran talent? But what do you think about all of this? Personally, as a Warrior supporter, I believe that while the risk is monumental, the reward of White clicks alongside Curry and Draymond could thrust Golden State back into dynasty territory, but only if the chemistry aligns and the youth never loses its spark. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. Riding the wave with me, smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and ring the bell so you're first in line for every splashy update in blue and gold. In the aftermath of that earth-shattering rumor about Kobe White's arrival in Golden State, the ripples are turning into tidal waves across the NBA landscape. Imagine the gravity on this roster: Steph Curry, the ultimate motion maestro, alongside a guard who erupted for 33 points against the Dubs just last season, now wearing the same jersey. Could this dynamic backcourt disrupt defensive schemes the way Clay and Steph did a decade ago? Some insiders believe that pairing Curry's gravity-pulling handles with White's savvy craftiness in pick-and-roll situations could force opponents into defensive breakdowns unseen since the Splash Brothers reign supreme. Is it possible that Kobe's floater and explosive second-step penetrations become the perfect complement to Steph's pull-up threes, creating one of the most unguardable duos modern basketball has ever witnessed? Meanwhile, those minutes once earmarked for Moses Moody and Guisanos, the very youngsters we dreamed would blossom under Kerr's tutelage, are now open canvases, with Kobe expected to soak up close to 30 minutes a night as the lead creator off the bench. Jonathan Kuminga could see his role morph from occasional finisher to bona fide wing initiator, tasked with secondary ball handling duties and more ISO opportunities when Steph sits. Could this mean Kuminga's usage rate spikes into the mid-20s, unlocking a pool-level breakout if he embraces the added responsibility? The thought alone has Dub Nation buzzing. Fans are wondering if Kuminga, freed from defensive assignments on the second unit, could shine as a two-way alpha, blending his 21-point potential with the space created by Kobe's gravity. Draymond Green's minutes, always the product of sharp load management calculus, may also shift in this new configuration. With fewer designations as the primary distributor in small ball lineups, Drake could rest against heavy backcourt night squads and re-emerge as the ultimate closer, bringing his unrivaled championship IQ to crunch time scenarios alongside a revitalized bench laden with Curry and White. Some believe that staggering Curry and White's minutes could conceal the team's true strength, springing an ambush when opponents expect a drop-off. Could this strategic rotation become the secret sauce Kerr unveils in the playoffs, catching rivals off guard when the second unit suddenly plays like a first-team All-NBA selection? Over in Denver, whispers in the Nuggets film room suggest sleepless nights. They have already seen how Curry's gravity and Murray's slashes can reshape a series. Now imagine White's driving lanes cutting through Jokic spacing. Thunder execs, analysts say, are quietly plotting how to contain a Kobe-powered Warriors bench, even as they cheer on Guisanos' potential elsewhere, muttering that Golden State just handed the Thunder a first-round gift by trading the Brazilian sharpshooter for immediate punch. In LA, Clippers insiders joke that they'd love to send a seasoned wing back to the Bay. creating a three-team swirl worthy of ESPN's top 10 trade visuals. Could this rumor alone kickstart a domino effect, forcing contenders to recalibrate their own rosters before the regular season tip-off? Playoff implications loom largest of all. Picture this: Game 2 of the first round, the Warriors start Steph and Draymond, but the bench unit featuring Kobe, Kuminga, Poole, and Wiggins or whoever survives the final cut steps on with a contagious swagger. That group averages a staggering 58 points in limited regular season minutes numbers. That could explode when roles are clarified and chemistry settles. Could this bench force teams to rethink their own second groups, dedicating starters to counter guys who never before threatened to lead a high-octane offense? Fans are wondering if the notion of bench mob will evolve into bench dynasty, where Game 7 tilts on the strength of Golden State's depth rather than just its star power. Off the court, social media has ignited. Adrian Wojnarowski floated the headline, "Warriors in late-night talks to land Kobe White." Sources say the deal centers on Moody and Guisandos, a tweet that blew up with 12,000 retweets. In under an hour, Shams Charania added fuel, noting, "Golden State is targeting backcourt versatility. White's development in Chicago has primed him for a playoff role." Even Andre Iguodala, via Instagram Lives, teased fans with a cryptic "trust the process. Trust the spark" story over footage of Curry drilling deep threes. Down on Telegraph Avenue, die-hard season ticket holders at the bars spilled pints debating whether trading dreamy youth for proven scoring is sacrilege or sheer genius. Some California bar regulars claimed the noise was so loud they could hear the trade chatter over the jukebox. Asterisk beyond the hardwood. This move sends tremors through the Warriors' broader narrative, casting questions over the mentorship pipeline that's been a hallmark of the franchise. Think about the impact on rookie orientation instead of Moses Moody soaking up wisdom from Curry's range session or Guisandos refining his shooting under Clay's tutelage. The veteran presence of Kobe White steers those sessions. Could this injection of pro experience accelerate the learning curve for younger pieces, or might it inadvertently sideline them from developmental reps they desperately need? Some fans believe that pairing White's seasoned perspective with Curry's relentless work ethic could forge a hybrid culture of youth and experience, one that prizes readiness over raw promise. Off the coaching bench, Steve Kerr's playbook could undergo a seismic shift. Picture late-game scenarios where Kerr isn't forced to choose between guarding the rim with Kevin Looney or risking a mismatch by inserting a lumbering big. Instead, he unleashes a backcourt featuring Curry orchestrating, White slashing, and Kuminga lurking as a crash-the-board threat. Could this newfound positional flexibility render the conventional small ball moniker obsolete, birthing a style of play that blends the pace and space ethos with hybrid positional lineups? Some insiders believe that such tactical innovation could not only extend Golden State's title window, but also redefine modern NBA strategy for years to come, proving once again that the Warriors innovate not just on the court, but within the very DNA of the league. Through all this, one theme pulses: ambition. Golden State's front office, long lauded for drafting Jay Crossover, Splash, and D. Green, now faces a crossroads between loyalty to the long game and the siren call of instant impact. Is it audacious enough to hand Curry a partner who can shoulder the load where legends need rest? Could this bold pivot spark another dynasty? Or will the loss of youthful upside haunt the Dubs if Kobe White never quite fits the system Kerr built from scratch? Is this audacious enough to land another banner at Chase Center? Personally, as a ride-or-die member of Dub Nation, I believe that while the stakes have never been higher, the potential payoff a lethal backcourt axis that blends Curry's brilliance with White's hunger could vault Golden State back to the throne, provided the pieces align and the heart of the youth movement stays alive. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts, and subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report so you never miss another explosive update.